That was good. And I gotta say, this cake, I got a feeling it's gonna look really good in about 20 minutes. But if you're wondering what's going on here, this is part of our next speaker's presentation. Why don't you all help me give a big, huge welcome to Kelly. Kelly, here we go.
So for those of you who don't know, my name is Kelly Sturdivant. I am a Facebook ads manager, social media strategist amongst everyone. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today for my presentation. And that is being uniquely you. And how to take your own natural skill sets and apply them in your business to help sell your products and services to your clients. Sound good? Yeah. Awesome. How many people like cake? Woo! Yes. Those that didn't raise your hand, are you pie eaters? You can walk out the back door right there. Now what if I had two different cakes up here? I had one cake, probably looks something like this, just plain old cake. This vanilla, nothing to it. Still cake, still tastes good. But imagine if I had a 5-tier, elaborately decorated Duff Goldman monstrosity standing right here that, if anyone knows, he charges minimum $5,000 a cake. Are you going to eat this? Or are you going to eat this?
Well, it's cake, so.
I'm just going to eat whatever cake she gets. But I guarantee you the vast majority would eat the Duff Goldman monstrosity. And there's reason behind that. We are drawn to what stands out in a crowd. Your eyes are naturally drawn to what is different in a landscape. It's drawn to what you see in your advertisement scroll on Facebook. That's why pattern interrupt catches the eyes. And your business needs to act in the same way. You need to be able to stand out in front of a crowd. Sound good? Yes. Yeah. So, in order to show you how to stand out in front of a crowd, I decided to do something a little bit different. I'll show you how to decorate a cake. I know, it's time for a snack. So when I was growing up, normal childhood, nothing too exciting, but I was never encouraged to stand up and take up space in the world. And anyone who has ever had dreams or goals, you know how crushing it can be sometimes when someone says, maybe you should just sit over there. It can be pretty crushing. Even if you are the biggest optimist in the room, eventually it'll wear you down. And that slowly happened to me over the course of my early years, into my formative years, and then into my early adult years. I've always been taught to just be in the crowd. Don't draw attention to yourself. Don't stand up. Just sit and be ignored. In my early years, the only way I learned how to stand out was to offer English papers to my junior high students for $5. I figured, maybe I don't fit in with you this way, but maybe I started my own entrepreneurial career, I don't know. But that was the only way I knew how to stand out and to get people to notice me. Now, if you haven't already noticed, I'm a very loud person by nature. So it might be hard to believe that I ever struggled with standing out, but I did. In those beginning years, I was like any other kid. I thought, maybe I'll be a teacher. Maybe I'll be a nurse. Maybe I'll do something good with the world. Who knows? That over time formulated into, I want to be an actress. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted my name in lights. I wanted everyone to know who I was.
Yeah, girl.
Kind of a different role from teacher, right? Actually, they're the same thing, in a sense. I liked the idea of being an actress so much that I thought, maybe I should go to school and learn. So I did. That university degree that everyone keeps telling you should have, yeah, mine's a BFA. And if anyone's good with the anagrams, you know that that's a Bachelor of Ethol. But I do have a degree in drama, and I learned how to act. Problem was, I wasn't very good at it. I auditioned for so many things in my early years, and everything I auditioned for, I never got a call back for. I was encouraged, maybe you should be in costume design. Maybe you should hide in the back. Maybe you should just be the wallflower, you know, the extra in the background. So slowly my dream faded. And slowly I started to believe in what I've been taught all along. Maybe I should just stand back, not take up space in the world. So I did what most people did after university. I went to corporate. That's a fun world. As you can imagine, it didn't take long for me to get stifled in corporate. Soon after, my husband and I decided to get married, start a family. And so we became a family. Soon after that, we had our first child. And I'm sure anyone who's a mom in the crowd, you know that that first year sucks. There is no sugarcoating that first year. It sucks. You have this new human being, or beings, that you now have to care for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And you kind of lose a bit of who you are. At least I did. My whole world revolved around my daughter, that I forgot who I was. I just kind of blended with everyone else. My only friends were mom friends, because guess what? That's all you talked about was being a mom. How many diapers you changed that day. How many times your kids stood up on you. You get the drift. My world was my kids. I didn't know who I was anymore. And I felt trapped. I needed something to give me an escape, give me an opportunity to find out who I was again. And so a couple months before my daughter's first birthday, girlfriend and I thought, let's go do a cake decorating class. Sure, why not? Something to do. I've always wanted to learn. It got me out of the house one night a week for 2 hours where I didn't have to talk about my kids, my husband, nothing. It was just me, a room full of people with a common goal and a common mind. I loved cake decorating. It gave me a sense of purpose again in my life. I'm not a great artist. I can do simple, stick men with hair. It's about the extent of it. But for some reason, when I did it with cake, I felt like I actually had art. No matter what it actually looked like in the end, it was art. Taking decorating was an outlet for me. It was a way to find who I was again and find people who mattered, people who appreciated me. After, I think it was about 4 months of decorating, my classes were ending, and I needed to figure out what to do. And lo and behold, at the time, my instructor asked me if I would like to come teach. Okay. What do I have to do? Well, you have to, take over the class and you have to teach. All right. So I literally just finished 4 months of training. All I was a student, and then I jumped in and started teaching. And I taught for 9 years I taught over 1,000 students how to decorate cake. So that's 1,000 birthdays or more that parents didn't have to pay 50, 60, 70 Duff Goldman monstrosity prices for birthday cake. So that made me feel important for the first time, was being able to share my skills with someone who needed it, even if it was just cake. After 9 years, the company was sold, and I was no longer allowed to teach. So I needed to find a new role. Kind of like when you get fired from corporate and you're all of a sudden like, oh, what do I do? This has been my whole life, my whole reason of existence, and now I've got to start all over again. And I knew I didn't want to go back to corporate. I knew that it was going to suck me dry really fast, and I didn't want that. So I had to make a decision. I thought, I'm going to Google how to start a business. I actually had a little bit of first-hand knowledge with blog writing, with email writing, due to an opportunity that came forward for me. So I already knew a bit about the online world and what that represented. And I thought, okay, I can do that. My kids are in school. I can handle a couple hours a day figuring that out. I can be a VA. I could do emails for people. I could do data entry and such. I realized very, very quickly, no, I cannot. That is not my skill at all. But it opened the door to other opportunities for me. I was scrolling through my Facebook one day, and sure enough, I got targeted with a $1 trial. A certain blonde popped up in my newsfeed, promising me the world for $1. I didn't have $1, but I thought, why not? I can do that. And I started down the social media management path. And that slowly led to not only social media management, but Facebook ads. I realized within the first couple months of doing what I was doing that I was good at it. Not only that, I was good at teaching it. Thank you. It didn't take me long to realize that I had found my skill set to go forward with and to be able to take others down that path, whether I was teaching a client or whether I was teaching other businesses or whether I was teaching members of the clique who call me on a regular basis, asking me to fix their ads. But I found my skill set, and I found a way to be able to stand up and take up space in the world. Kind of like my cake. So in the span of 10 minutes or so, 13 minutes, I applied one skill set to teach you another. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and learn how to decorate a cake. Although, if you want to know, you know now. You got it. That's funnel number 1. But what I'm getting at is that your business is very much like my cake. You are very much like my cake. And just in how I've got my cake decorated, just by telling you the stories that got me here, these can be the stories and layers of your business. It's not always the stories that sell. It's your skills that sell as well. So whether you're a cake decorator, whether you are really good at spreadsheets or graphics or cars, maybe you just like to talk. You all have natural skills that can be applied in your business in some fashion. I can take this and I can throw it to any client and say, I can make your business and this is how. Do you think they're going to remember me? or someone who just came in and said, I can help you with your business? You. In a sea full of red, blue, you need to find the red. So you need to be the red. And the only way to be the red is to stand up and take up space in the world. Stand up and find your purpose. Stand up and find your skill set. And apply it in a way that makes you stand up. Thank you.
We got one more amazing speaker. We're going to take a couple minutes. Now's your chance to hit the restroom, grab a refreshment. You get some cake. But we're going to set up and we'll be ready in 2 to 3 minutes tops. DJ, play that song.